Released in 1972, Fist of Fury arrived at a critical juncture in global cinema and Asian identity. Directed by Lo Wei, but unmistakably shaped by Bruce Lee's visionary star power, the film transplants the real-life legend of Hu Yuanjia into a fictionalized 1909 Shanghai under Japanese occupation. This setting is not mere backdrop, but a deliberate political arena. Lee's character, Chen Zhen, returns to his Jingwu school to find his master dead, and his community humiliated by the occupying force. The film immediately establishes a stark dichotomy: the disciplined, honorable Chinese martial artists versus the arrogant, brutish Japanese dojo. This narrative framework transforms a revenge plot into a potent allegory for national resistance, speaking directly to post-colonial sentiments across Asia and the diaspora. Every punch thrown carries the weight of historical grievance. Bruce Lee's performance as Chen Zhen is a masterclass in controlled fury and charismatic intensity. Unlike his previous role in The Big Boss, Lee here embodies an educated, principled hero pushed to extremes. His physicality is not just athletic, but deeply expressive. The trembling hands of grief, the steely gaze of determination, the explosive release of pent-up rage. The famous scene where he single-handedly destroys a Japanese dojo and its Sick Man of Asia sign is cinematic catharsis perfected. Lee's choreography rejects the wire-assisted fantasy of earlier wuxia films for a gritty, direct style emphasizing speed, power, and efficiency. Each move feels consequential, each block and strike a statement. This authenticity, rooted in Lee's Jeet Kune Do philosophy, made audiences believe in the body as a weapon of justice, forever changing action cinema's vocabulary. The film's central theme is the reclamation of masculinity and national dignity. In 1970s Western media, Asian men were often depicted as emasculated, passive, or villainous caricatures. Fist of Fury systematically dismantles this stereotype. Chen Zhen is intelligent, righteous, emotionally complex, and physically dominant. His masculinity is tied not to aggression for its own sake, but to the protection of his community and the defense of honor. The iconic white suit he wears symbolizes both mourning and a pure, unwavering moral code. When he defeats larger foreign opponents, it's a visual metaphor for the perceived little guy overcoming a mighty oppressor. This representation was revolutionary, offering a powerful counter-narrative that resonated with Asian audiences worldwide and challenged Hollywood's entrenched racial hierarchies head-on. Lo Wei's direction, often overshadowed by Lee's presence, provides a crucial framework of social realism. The cinematography grounds the action in the tangible world of crowded streets, modest school courtyards, and oppressive institutional spaces. The Japanese dojo, with its clean lines and hierarchical structure, visually contrasts with the more organic communal Jinghui school. This aesthetic extends to the sound design. The stark silence before a fight, the visceral crunch of impacts, the use of traditional Chinese instruments in Joseph Ku's score to underscore emotional beats. The film doesn't shy away from the cost of violence. Chen Zhen's victories are Pyrrhic, leading to greater retaliation and his eventual martyrdom. This tragic arc elevates the story from simple revenge fantasy to a poignant commentary on the cyclical nature of violence and sacrifice. The supporting characters, particularly Mora Miao's Yuan La add critical emotional and narrative depth. Yuan is not merely a love interest, but a voice of conscience and community. She represents the domestic sphere, and the future Chen Zhen is ultimately fighting to protect. Her grief mirrors his, and her pleas for caution highlight the personal stakes behind the national conflict. The Jingwu students embody collective resilience, their training sequences serving as metaphors for cultural preservation under duress. Conversely, the Japanese antagonists, led by Suzuki and the sinister interpreter, are portrayed with a chilling bureaucratic cruelty. They weaponize law and social power, not just fists, making their oppression more insidious. This character dynamic reinforces the film's thesis. The conflict is systemic, a clash of ideologies where martial prowess becomes the final recourse for the disenfranchised. Analyzing the fight choreography reveals Lee's philosophical fusion of art and combat. The dojo destruction scene is a meticulously staged ballet of rage. Lee employs a variety of tools, nunchaku, fists, feet, demonstrating adaptability and technical superiority. The fights are edited for clarity and impact, avoiding the rapid-fire cuts that would later dominate action cinema. We see complete movements, allowing audiences to appreciate the skill and strategy. This approach educates the viewer, making them a participant in Chen Zhen's triumph. The final duel against the Russian fighter, Petrov, introduces a colonial layer, pitting Chinese kung fu against Western wrestling. Lee's victory here is a statement on the efficacy and elegance of Asian martial systems, a direct challenge to global physical culture hierarchies of the time. The film's cultural and political legacy is immense. In Hong Kong, it smashed box office records, cementing Lee's superstar status and proving the commercial viability of locally produced, pride-driven narratives. Across Asia, it became an anthem of post-colonial identity, with Chen Zhen's defiance echoing independence movements. In the West, it ignited the kung fu craze, introducing martial arts philosophy to mainstream audiences and paving the way for decades of cross-cultural cinematic exchange. The film also sparked debates about nationalism and its portrayal. Some critics argue it perpetuates a binary us versus them mentality. However, its core appeal lies in its empowerment of the marginalized. It provided a template for how popular cinema could be a vehicle for social commentary and ethnic pride. Bruce Lee's metatextual role is key to the film's power. By 1972, Lee was already a transnational figure, born in San Francisco, raised in Hong Kong, educated in the US. He channeled his personal experiences with racism and his struggle against Hollywood typecasting directly into Chen Zhen's struggle. The film is thus Lee's artistic manifesto. His famous line, "We are not sick men," delivered directly to the camera, breaks the fourth wall to address the global audience. He isn't just playing a hero, he is embodying the aspiration for a new respected image of Asian people worldwide. This blurring of actor and icon, of character and cause, is what transforms Fist of Fury from a great action film into a cultural landmark. Lee's tragic death soon after only solidified this mythic status. The film's aesthetic and narrative influence is pervasive. Its structure, the humble hero, the murdered mentor, the training montage, the climactic siege, became the blueprint for countless martial arts films, from Hong Kong classics to Hollywood blockbusters like The Matrix and John Wick. The theme of the school under threat resonates in sports dramas and superhero origins. Its use of national symbolism in action set pieces informed later political thrillers. Even its flaws, like some melodramatic acting or simplistic characterizations of the antagonists, are instructive, highlighting the raw, urgent mode of production and the primacy of its core message. Fist of Fury demonstrated that genre cinema could be a potent vessel for ideological discourse without sacrificing entertainment value. In conclusion, Fist of Fury endures because it operates on multiple triumphant levels. As a pure action film, It delivers thrilling, innovative combat sequences. As a character study, it presents Bruce Lee's most iconic and emotionally resonant performance. As a historical document, it captures a specific moment of cultural assertion in the Asian diaspora. And as a myth, it offers a timeless story of resistance against overwhelming odds. It taught global audiences to see the body as a site of political expression and personal sovereignty. More than 50 years later, Chen Zhen's defiant stand continues to inspire, reminding us that cinema's most powerful punches are those that strike at the heart of social injustice and redefine the image of a people on the world's screen.